Hi guys, I'm Kaz. I own Leap of Faith Coaching Services and I help clients to be their best version. I'm going to do a little self-help section today on how to improve your confidence and self-esteem immediately using my top coaching hacks. I'm going to get quite basic to start with. Well, while it is basic, it's just so paramount and we just totally don't do it at all. So how to be your own best friend. Stop and think for a minute about somebody who is in your life who is absolutely amazing, who you go to every time you've got a problem or when you get good news and they just make you feel awesome about yourself. Think about kind of how they speak to you and how they talk to you. And then think about your own children, or say your child was worried about an exam. How would you kind of soothe them? Would you tell them that they should be worried because they're stupid and going to fail the exam? Or would you kind of tell them that they're going to be absolutely amazing, that they can do it, that they'll just try their best? The way that we approach other people and the way that we approach ourselves is completely different, and we don't realise the extent to which it is different. We literally think that we're just kind of having these little thoughts and that they're kind of quite benign, when in actual fact they're massively borderline bullying. We pretty much bully ourselves and then wonder why we don't have high confidence and self-esteem. So for example, if you took an hour and wrote down everything that you said to yourself in that hour, you would probably have recurring kind of comments that went along the line of, you can't do this, or you look ridiculous today, or your bum looks fat in that. Literally, that is what we say to ourselves kind of over and over and over again. And that self-talk literally probably occupies about 99% of our thought processes. So would you literally speak to anybody else in your life in that way? Would you, if someone was looking in the mirror, would you say to them, I wouldn't buy that, you look horrific, ass is massive in that? Or would you, even if you had that kind of opinion, you would literally, obviously, you quote what you said, you would never come out with such hurtful, mean, detrimental statements. And yet this is the sort of stuff that we're saying to ourselves over and over and over again in our heads every single day. We're constantly telling ourselves that we can't do things, that we're not good enough, that we're probably going to fail it, that we're not smart enough to go for the job interview or the boy or whatever it is. We tell ourselves that all day, but we would never tell anybody, even our enemies, we would never say 90% of the stuff to them that we say to ourselves. So it's keeping an eye on your self-talk, being your own cheerleader, and then kind of learning how to be your own best friend by letting yourself off when you do mess up. We're all going to mess up. Everybody messes up. Another example, your child, your 6-year-old, 7-year-old wets the bed. Would you then spend the next week following them around, berating them about it, embarrassing them and making them feel awful and telling them that they were worthless and that people, you literally wouldn't, would you? You'd just say something along the lines of that there's nothing to worry about, these things happen to everybody, things like that, self-soothing kind of things. You would never ever make the situation a million times worse by then picking them to pieces. When was the last time that you made a mistake and you didn't then sit for days and days and days and go over and over and over in your head? And we're our own biggest critics, And in order to start building confidence and self-esteem, it is massively important that we learn to let ourselves off, that we learn to keep an eye on our self-talk, that we're kind to ourselves, that we're cheerleaders for ourselves, that we're not psyching ourselves out, we're psyching ourselves up rather than psyching ourselves out. So how do we do that? Sorry. been a very long day and children are off as well. Okay, book of positive aspects. On a morning when you're getting ready for work, whatever, and you're looking in the mirror, what are you saying to yourself? Are you saying, wow, you look awesome, you're gonna kill a day, it's gonna be just the best day ever, oh, your boobs look amazing in that shirt? You're not saying them things to yourself. You're pretty much saying that looks stupid, you're looking ridiculous in that. We're picking out the parts of ourselves consistently that we don't like, and them parts that we don't like, we're that used to looking for them that they become like a caricature. Do you know when people draw them pictures on holiday and like they always accentuate like one of the people's features? It's sort of like when you don't like parts of yourself, it's kind of like every time you look in the mirror you look like that, and that is because you've spent that much time focusing on it that it's all you can see. So you're literally telling your subconscious that that is what you need your attention to be drawn to, and that is, and it's feeding it. So how we rectify that is book of positive aspects about ourselves. So every day to write 10 things about yourself, be it your appearance, be it your abilities at work, be it anything that you like about yourself that's positive. Note them, and every single day do this, because what you're doing by doing that is starting to train your subconscious into looking at the things that you do like about yourself, looking for the things that are positive rather than the things that are negative. And the more that you can train your brain into looking for the things that are positive rather than negative, the more that they will be easier to see, if that makes sense. So these seven top hacks to improve confidence and self-esteem immediately. 1, list every day, like I said before, 10 things that you like about yourself, 10 things, your positive aspects, anything along them lines. I'll post things on anything, or if you've got any questions, just type them below and I'll answer them. Number 2, my clients hate this one. It's naked mirror work. Naked mirror work basically consists of, when you're getting ready in the morning, standing naked in front of a full length mirror and looking at yourself in the eyes for a good minute and repeating over and over something along the lines, obviously don't do this in front of people, you look quite crazy, repeating to yourself while looking at yourself naked in the mirror, I love myself exactly how I am, or I am perfect just as I am. Anything along them lines that gives the statement of unconditional love for yourself as you are, not when you get this or when you look like that, but as you are now. Massively important to do that. If your kids were in the mirror, or if your kids were getting ready, or your partner, you would pick out the parts of them that were good, that you liked, rather than just automatically go for the negative. So we've got to learn to do that ourselves. So naked mirror work for 1 minute every day for at least 28 days. Number 3, no more negative self-talk. No more saying, I look awful in this. No more saying, look at my skin. No more saying, I'm rubbish at maths. None of that. The more we talk about it, the more we get used to it. We've got to stop talking about it. You wouldn't bully anyone else like that. You've got to stop bullying yourself like that. Can't keep talking crap about yourself and expect yourself to have high confidence and self-esteem, because it just doesn't work like that. You know, if you follow your kid around all day long and tell them that they're rubbish, that even if you had the most confident child in the world, that it's going to take half a second for them to just lose all that confidence and start and think that they're worthless. That's simple. And that's what we're doing to us. So before, these aren't even like difficult things to start doing. They're just basic self-love that no one ever taught us to do, that we're so rubbish at doing. We never say that we love ourselves. We never point out our good points. We never do it. And that's got to kind of change. Okay, number 4, subliminal hypnosis for confidence and self-esteem. Subliminal affirmations, guided meditation for confidence and self-esteem. Anything along them lines is massively good, because it is programming your subconscious as well. 5, if you're worried about something, or you list your strengths. We're so used to going, I'm going to fail that exam because I'm not good at maths or whatever, but we're not picking out the fact that we're good at this and that we're good at that. So it is to, when you're feeling kind of like you don't know how you want to do something, take kind of an audit of your positive aspects, of your strengths, of the times that you've tackled problems. All that kind of provides evidence, because what happens is our mind automatically just looks at the bad and tells us that we can't do something. Okay, and number 6, I'm gonna do another video on this, because it's an NLP technique where you pretty much, I think it's called the circle of excellence, something like that. I should have really found the copy before I did the video. It's pretty much where you're imagining, you're bringing to mind a time when you felt massively confident, and then you are associating yourself into it. I'll do a video on these separately, on the NLP ones, because that's a whole video in and of itself. And number 7, keep an eye on how you talk to your body, and do talk to your body. Where don't shout at your body for not being the way that it is. Don't tell your body that part's rubbish or that part's crap or fat or whatever it is. You've got to talk to, I know it sounds ridiculous, but talk to your body like you would talk to your child. Tell your skin that it's lovely and it's gonna clear itself up, rather than screaming at it that it's getting spotty. Analogies tonight are horrific, sorry. Is that even an analogy? See, long day. So yeah, talk to your body. Ask what you want of it. If you think that you're going to get tired, ask your body to find some strength from somewhere. Talk to your muscles, talk to your eyes, talk to your body. I'll post links on all this below, and while some of these do sound absolutely random, and some of them just sound like you probably do them all the time, even though we don't, it's just a really good place to start. And if you do this for 28 days or more, you will start automatically feeling better about yourself. You'll start walking past a mirror and not wanting to pick every part of you to shreds, or not even have a mirror or look in the mirror. Anyway, that's another thing. You've got to get a mirror, got to start not being scared to look at yourself in the mirror. But yes, questions, comments, any ideas for future videos, post in the comment section below. And subscribe and like and share, and thank you very much for your time. Totally enjoying making content. I'll try not to make it as late on a night as tonight's. Thank you very much. See you later.